Hi everybody, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Juan. I am just one reader and I am super high on cold medicine right now. So there's a big chance I will fall asleep while making this video. Hopefully not. Um, so today I'm doing the pumpkin book tag. That's why I am wearing this lovely orange t-shirt to celebrate the pumpkin. And I figure I will be uploading this video on Halloween. So October 31st, it's still pretty good time to be uploading a pumpkin related book tag, isn't it? So, wow, I'm really high right now. That cold medicine is brutal. Okay, so this pumpkin book tag is another foodie book tag created by Josh from Literary Gladiators. I love this foodie type of book tags, but I always feel terrible because I am very selective and very bad with food. I eat very few things. Like there's a lot of things that I don't eat. There's a lot of foods that I despise. So for example, the cheese book tag was sort of weird because I absolutely despise dairy, milk, cheese, any sort of dairy product. There was also the apple book tag, which I did, and it's not that I hate apple, I never have fruit. So yeah, these book tags are sometimes problematic, but I still do them anyways. So the pumpkin book tag was created by Josh from Literary Gladiators, and I was tagged by the wonderful Sean, the book maniac. So I'm gonna just jump right in. Question number one is pumpkin. A writer that you always make a point to read in October. And just like Sean, I am not a season-y kind of reader or a festive, holiday themed type of reader. However, in October, I celebrate my birthday. October 9th, by the way, in case you didn't know and you were wondering. And so I always make it a case of reading something in October that I feel I am going to absolutely adore because I want to feel like I am going to be spending my birthday with that book. It's like spending your birthday month with a close friend, you know? So, for example, this October, I read Apple of My Eye by Helen Hamp, which is one of the best books I've read ever. And yeah, I've had a great reading month in October. I also read American Cycle by Bret Easton Ellis, which is one of my favorite books that I've read so far this year. So yeah, that's really my answer. Question number two, Pumpkin Spice, a work you would read to impress a millennial. Well, what can I say? I guess I am a millennial, right? I am 26, just turned 26, so I'm not sure what I should answer. Maybe Steve Donahue could let me know what kind of book I could read to impress a millennial. Honestly, I have no idea. If I wanted to impress another millennial, but a millennial who reads the stuff that people my age usually read, which would be like YA, like the new John Green book or something like that, I would probably choose to impress them by reading something incredibly literary and obscure and something that would feel absolutely remote and distant to them. So maybe like something like, I don't know, like James Joyce's Ulysses or however you want to pronounce it. I'm really high right now. This cold medicine is absolutely wonderful. So yeah, I don't know. Question number three, Pumpkin Pie, a work that makes you think of autumn. I just read Autumn by Alice Smith, but I don't want to go with that answer because I really didn't like that book very much. Instead of that, I'm gonna go with a book that I think I have right here. Let me go get it. So this is the Rabbitback Literature Society by Pasi Ilmari Jääskeläinen. It was one of my favorite books that I read last year. And now that I'm looking at the cover and thinking about the book, maybe it's more of a wintry type of read, but it makes me feel of, freezing cold and, you know, like European villages covered in snow and people singing dark hymns of like this book is really, really great. It's not for people who don't enjoy whimsy and crazy magical wonders. But if you are that type of reader, such as myself, you will love this. This is definitely very wacky and weird and wonderful and magical, and there's a lot of stuff going on. And yeah, it kind of makes me think of autumn and winter and the mystical Mr. Mistopheles. Question number 4 is Pumpkin Cheesecake, a work that was challenging to read but was a rewarding experience. I almost say A Brief History of Seven Killings by Marlon James because it was a chore to read, but it was not a rewarding experience at all. So no, I think I would say like a book that was really long, maybe Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell by Susanna Clarke. That is really hard to read. It's kind of very dry sometimes, but it's a wonderful book. Also, I don't know, The Bone Clocks by David Mitchell. It's not very long and it's not very hard, but I definitely struggled with it. And it's a book that the more I let it sink in, and the longer, it has just grown a lot on me. So yeah. Question number 5, Pumpkin Bread. Wake up. Pumpkin Bread, an underrated work from a well-known writer. Oh, I have plenty of these. So I have one for J.K. Rowling, which would be The Casual Vacancy, which is a book that a lot of people really don't like. I personally find it absolutely wonderful and fascinating and fun and amazing. For Neil Gaiman, I mean, Neil Gaiman is very popular for American Gods and The Ocean at the End of the Lane and Coraline and Stardust, etc. But one that, or Neverwhere, but one that I really, really like is a short story collection that he has, which is M is for Magic. Yeah, and yeah, those are my answers. Question number 6 is Pumpkin Soup, a work that you first enjoyed but then lost interest. I think I'm going to go with Stephen King. There are some Stephen King novels that I absolutely adore, but there have been quite a few that I have enjoyed but then forgotten them. I just have completely forgotten them, and I couldn't tell you for the life of me what they were about. So for example, Bag of Bones is one of them. And I remember I enjoyed it. I just forgot about it. The Dark Half is another one. Yeah, those are probably the ones that come to mind right now. Question number 7, Pumpkin Donut. A light 5-star read. So, Apple of My Eye by Helen Hanff. That's just absolutely 5 stars, so it's very light. The 10th of December by George Saunders, one of my favorite books. And I will tell you another one that was a 5-star read and very light. The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman. Absolutely. Question number 8. Pumpkin picking. What is that? I have no idea. I'm Mexican. Within the last year, in which genre did you purchase the most books? I would say literary fiction, actually. I'm growing up. Okay, question number 9. Pumpkin carving. A work that could have been trimmed down. I'm actually going to go with It by Stephen King, which is the book that I am currently reading and I have been reading for over a month, and I'm still I still have like 400 pages to go. It's a great book. I am loving it. I really am loving it. But there is a lot of detail and a lot of stuff that you could trim down, and that you probably should, as an editor or as a writer, you should cut out all that detail, because some of the detail enhances the experience, but some detail actually takes away from the pacing. So yeah, that's why I have been struggling a little bit with that book. So it. Where am I? Question number 10. Pumpkin Painting, a book with magnificent illustrations. Oh, I don't know. Oh, don't make me stand up and show you some books from my shelves. Okay, so I actually made a huge effort to stand up and grab this book from my shelf, so you're welcome. So I grabbed The Silmarillion by J.R.R. Tolkien. This is a book that I have never read. I probably will never read it. I will probably read it only if I ever reread The Lord of the Rings and become like really obsessed with it and fascinated by it. And, hopefully I will then want to pick this up, because these are myths and legends from Middle Earth. So I've never read it, but I've flicked through the illustrations, and they are just beautiful. Like, they are full page illustrations. The end papers are, the usual Lord of the Rings maps. It's a stunning book, but I don't want to read it right now. So where are we? Question number... Whoa, like I'm actually dizzy right now. Question number 11. Pumpkin Ice Cream, the most random work you would recommend. What do you mean, random? The 50-Minute Hour by Robert Lindner. It is a fascinating book about an actual psychoanalyst. And he fictionalized or novelized, to a certain degree, some of his really interesting, really severe cases of his really, really sick patients. And he presents them to you. He uses a lot of psychoanalytical words, so maybe if you're not familiar with that, some of it will just go right above your head, or however you say that expression. I mean, come on. English is not my native tongue, and you're asking for too much right now. But yeah, it's a very random book, but I love it. 12. What is your favorite way to enjoy pumpkin? What is your favorite dish where pumpkin is the main ingredient? I don't like pumpkin. I think pumpkins are disgusting, and they look awful. They look like cancer. No, I avoid looking at them at the supermarket. That's how grossed out I am by those things. And question number 13 is Pumpkin Patch. And who do you tag? Everybody. Now I'm going to faint and just fall asleep. See you.